Tonight's headlines are brought to you in part by Coldwell Energy and McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The Medical Referral Program reforms their regulations and policies. Also tonight, 4 more months until the 2022 election. And airport officials need the community's help in facility upgrades. In sports, one lawmaker hosts a color run over the weekend. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Sipping on a delicious drink from McDonald's may have you thinking, what makes these drinks just hit different? Don't overthink it. Just enjoy it. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Cool off this summer with McDonald's Minute Maid Slushies. Try the new Tropical Mango or returning favorite, Strawberry Watermelon, for a limited time.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the WAMI and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Monday, July 11th, 2022. The CNMI Medical Referral Program is under new management, and after carefully looking over regulations, the program funding may not be much of an issue now. Take a listen. The Medical Referral Service Office is currently making its way back to the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. Hospital Chief Esther Munia says the transition began in October last year after the fiscal year 2022 budget was signed into law. Since then, CHCC is taking over and they are looking carefully into the regulations.
So the medical referral program, one of the in the regulations, it specifically states that you use medical referral funds as a last resort. What that means is that it's not a payer. First of all, a medical referral is not a payer. When I say a payer, it's not an insurance company.
According to Munia, there is a lifetime cap of $80,000 per patient.
The medical referral requires that you look at resources, whether it's federal or any other resources that can pay before you start using the medical referral program. That's what it means by being the resource for last resort. So, we have two, for example, entities here in the CNMI that have federal funding programs specifically for referrals. That's the VA, and we do have a clinic here, right?
This means the insurance company can be billed and CHCC will be reimbursed, lessening the governor's deficit.
Medicaid, for example, does cover transportation. So if anybody needs needs care beyond the CNMI, the medical referral program, under CHCC as a hospital, we can bill Medicaid for that transfer using the cost of it. So whether it's an emergency transfer, you've seen air ambulances, air transportation, basically United, Star Marianas, whatever. The Medicaid insurance can cover it, and it requires the medical treatment authorization form that these ladies will process to ensure that the Medicaid will reimburse CHCC for that.
According to the records, the medical referral program receives at least 50 patient applicants per week. This means in 1 year, at least 2,600 people may need medical care off island. Usually, the MRP is funded $3 million only each fiscal year. CHCC inherited a $17 million deficit in this transition, but the most recent FY 2022 Budget Act has allocated $15 million to medical referral, which is a separate budget appropriation for CHCC.
So there is ARPA funding in addition to the local funding, that's really our goal here. To being in control of this program is that we have to really stick to the regulations. We have to look at what exactly is why pay for something if somebody else is supposed to be paying for it. And there are a lot of times when we saw is that again you have programs that actually pay for services. And so, and they're required to pay for these services. So rather than saying, oh, well, we have this medical referral program, let's use the medical referral funding, we need to go to those sources of funding and say, hey, you're responsible for this.
Hospital Chief Esther Munoz says now there are more options and the $15 million is not close to being finished yet.
If you look at how much we spent, medical referral spent $18 million, I think about last year, right? How much have we spent so far? Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. We've looked at it, the cost of it is really mainly, a lot of it is from lodging, accommodations, transportation, So if we don't use it for payment of medical bills because we feel that the regulations really doesn't describe medical referral as an insurance.
Munoz says they are looking into other states or countries like Korea that may alleviate the travel costs. Also, CHCC has acquired a new oncologist center and hired a new cardiologist that may not require patients to seek medical care off island. Munoz asks the community's patience as they follow the regulations that may seem new to the system. 2 mayoral runners from Rota kick off the first day of candidacy filing in the CNMI. Senator Teresita Santos and candidate Magdalena Mescun filed their candidacy for Rota mayor this morning. They are one of the first candidates to file their official ticket in the upcoming 2022 Commonwealth election. The gubernatorial picks for the Independent Party are scheduled to file their candidacy on July 21st, while the Republican and Democrat candidates may be scheduled for the same day this coming August 5. CEZ Executive Director Kayla Igato says the last day to file candidacy will be on August 10. Saipan's 46-year-old airport needs a complete makeover and officials are exploring all possible alternatives to make it happen. The Commonwealth Ports Authority seeks to modernize and upgrade the Saipan International Airport, and Board Chairwoman Kimberly King-Hines says all options should be on the table. National infrastructure development programs have been made available following response efforts to the COVID-19 pandemic, and CPA is looking at infrastructure opportunities for the airport. Hines is considering to pursue a public-private partnership to make the airport's expansion possible. According to Hines, the Saipan International Airport needs more than just repairs. The goal is to oversee a complete makeover that is up to date with changing regulations, safety and security needs, along with economic demands. CPA is examining all possible options for the airport development, and they plan to keep transparency and communication with the community. They're also looking into establishing a review committee to include community members and stakeholders. All right, coming up, teenagers go to boot camp this summer. Stay tuned.
All workers have the right to a safe workplace. Employers must provide a workplace that is free from recognized hazards and comply with applicable OSHA standards, including proper reporting of injuries. Training needs to be done in a language and vocabulary employees can understand, and an OSHA information poster must be displayed prominently in the workplace. Workers, you have the right to raise a safety or health concern with your employer or OSHA without being retaliated against, and request an OSHA consultation of your workplace if you believe there are unsafe or unhealthy conditions. OSHA can help. Free assistance to identify and correct hazards is available to small and medium-sized employers without citation or penalty. So look out, speak up, and stay safe. Job safety and health, it's not only good practice, it's the law. Check out OSHA.gov or call 664-3154 or 3155.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. The CNMI youth learns discipline and motivation through the U.S. Navy Sea Cadet Program. For the first time ever, the United States Naval Sea Cadet Corps opens a Saipan chapter called Nativo Division, teaching about 40 teenagers a variety of military disciplines. Currently, the cadets are gaining general knowledge needed to become a sea cadet. The program also teaches them to always choose adventure, seek challenges, and step outside of their comfort zone to prove to the world that greatness has no age.
The goal is to take young students and give them the leadership opportunities and training opportunities that they need to be able to go out into the real world and be successful in whatever career path that they choose to take.
The Sea Cadet program caters to teens ages 13 to 18, while kids ages 10 to 13 are in the lead cadet group. The program launched in April and will end this week. And just like boot camp, a Sea Cadet's day starts early at 6 a.m. with lots of training. Petty Officer First Class Ty conducts the physical training for cadets, while older volunteers conduct the physical ready test.
So the PRT consists of 3 tests, a push-up test, a plank test, and a mile time. The push-up test is how many push-ups a cadet can do in 1 minute. The plank time is how long a cadet can hold their planks, and the mile run is how fast a cadet will run a mile. The PT depends on what the instructors or what the leading staff cadets decide. In general, PT is to be able to prepare cadets to be able to pass the PRT.
We speak with some of the cadets to find out more about how the program has affected them.
My name is Kenshiro Yanai, and I'm 17 years old.
All right, tell us a little bit about this program. What have you learned so far?
Well, there was a lot to take in, and so there's a lot to say. I would say I learned a lot to, be more open with my cadets, my recruits, my shipmates actually, and it made me it made me realize that putting yourself in an uncomfortable spot really opens a lot of doors, and so it's really a good opportunity out there to find something new and get yourself out there.
Well, I think the biggest thing that I learned so far was working with my teammates to build leaderships and characters, working with the different characters, and how to help others, not just myself.
My name is Mary Wang and I am 13 years old. I decided to join this program because I have nothing to do during the summer and I would like to learn more things about the Navy.
All right, and what have you learned so far?
I learned a lot about fires, how to deal with them, and a lot of Navy things.
12-year-old Michael Pangilinan says he joined the program for fun and he's learned a lot about the Navy's history. What's the hardest thing about this program?
Memorizing some of the words.
And how do you feel after, joining this program and you're close to graduating?
I feel good.
The Nativo Division graduation is this Friday at the Carolinian UD at 9 a.m. A new variant of COVID-19 has been identified in the CNMI. The BA.5 variant of COVID-19 has been identified in the Commonwealth community. CHCC CEO Esther Munoz says the variant was confirmed positive 2 weeks ago. Munoz encourages the community to continue wearing face coverings in crowds and practice the 3 W's. All right, folks, after the break, we take you to a running race full of colors. Don't go anywhere.
Opioids are commonly prescribed drugs. They can help ease short-term pain after surgery, an accident, or illness. Common brand names include Vicodin, Demerol, OxyContin, and Percocet. Opioids can be very addictive, and they can actually change how your brain works. Opioid misuse can lead to death. If you are prescribed an opioid medication, talk to your doctor. Always take exactly as directed, never take higher doses, keep your medication secure, and safely dispose of unused or expired medication. It only takes a little to lose a lot.
This project was supported by a grant from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. Contents are solely the responsibility of CHCC and do not necessarily represent the official views of the CDC or the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They are an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
The weekend run along Lau Lau Bay is a success. Island leaders promote a healthy lifestyle. Close to 100 runners shows up on a cloudy Saturday morning in Lau Lau Bay for the inaugural Kulot Ataikat 5K run. A total of 166 participants signed up for this event, but because of the thunderstorm threat that morning, some people decided not to come. This event is organized by the Office of Representative Leila Staffler in partnership with Run Saipan.
And so thank you for joining us, and I really want to see all the colors that come back today. I hope you are rainbow colored and not so brown, but I warn you, there's lots of mud on this trail. DPW did come and try to break the road a little bit, but it rained. So, here we go. On your mark. Go! Go, 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 go! Yeah!
This 5-kilometer trail race started at the bottom of Lau Lau Bay entrance. Then, athletes run all the way near the diving site and back. Rex Pixley ruled the men's division by crossing the finish line first in 19 minutes and 44 seconds. Second place, Sildri Viloria with a time of 21 minutes and 21 seconds.
Finish strong, Sil, finish strong. Let's go, Sil!
53 seconds later, after Viloria, Tanya Tan and Hermione Lai San crossed the finish line together. San bagged the third place in men's division, and Tan claimed first place for the women's division.
Beat her! Come on, you gotta beat her!
Tiana Cabrera finished second in 24 minutes and 56 seconds. Rosemary Chisato for third place was only 5 seconds behind Cabrera. Representative Leila Staffler tells us more about this event.
The event today was the Atsaikak or Atakak Kulot, which is a color run in Chamorro, and it was a 5K at Lau Lau Bay. I know we had 167 plus sign up. I'm not sure how many actually showed up with who registered, but we had a good number, under 200.
Ed De La Cruz of Run Saipan is very pleased with the turnout of this event.
This race is great because it's done by the Office of Congresswoman Leila Staffler and also Congressman Richard Lizama. Thank you guys so much. It's nice because we get to see the beautiful Precinct 5. We get to come out here to a trail we don't usually run. And it also makes me really happy that the government's very proactive now.
He is very happy that the government is taking the initiative to promote a healthy lifestyle to the community.
It's great to know that our government is taking a very strong stand in being healthy and being very active. We just had the governor's 5K a few months ago, and now we have the legislature holding up their own 5K races. So thank you so much to our CNMI government for being very proactive. Thank you for the Office of Congresswoman Leila Staffler and Richard Lizama for holding this 5K in beautiful Precinct 5 Lau Lau Bay Trail.
De La Cruz would like to thank all the people and organizations who helped and made this event a successful one.
I would like to thank everyone that had a part of this. Thank you so much to Congresswoman Leila Staffler for running this race, being proactive, taking the lead, mustering all the volunteers and support crew here. We would also like to thank Northern Mass Athletics for supporting this race. We would like to thank the Department of Public Safety, Division of Fire Emergency Medical Services. Thank you, San Vicente Elementary School. Thank you, NMI Tech, for transporting all the adults and runners here. Thank you to KSPN. Thank you to Cypress Tribune. Thank you to Marianas Variety. Thank you to MHS Dolphin Battalion. Thank you to Cagman High School Azusa Battalion for helping out. Thank you to our wonderful race staff here. And thank you to everyone else that supported this event in any way possible. Thank you guys so much. See you guys at the next race.
Before he forgets, De La Cruz has this message to the other branches of the CNMI government.
Run Saifa, I'd also like to thank especially the legislature branch for spearheading a race. Thank you to our governor from the executive branch for spearheading a race. Now I'm just waiting for a phone call from Chief Justice Alex Castro for the judiciary to hold a race now before the year is over. So what do you say, CNMI judiciary? Can we have a 5K this year? Woo!
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goats Gym, and today we're going to go over the kettlebell deadlift. Fantastic exercise to build overall strength, particularly in the legs and hips. Remember, we want to make sure that our setup is in good position. If you set up in a bad position, it's not going to look good and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common error setup is obviously a rounded upper back. 2 simple ways of correcting that. All I'm going to have Vince do here is extend his arms up here, and all he's going to do is think about reaching long and pushing his hips back. Reach long and push your hips back. So as you can see, he's already in good position. Now all he's going to do is grab that kettlebell. He's got tension in his legs and in his back. All he's going to do is just stand up tall, finish with his glutes.
For the KSPN weather report, partly sunny with scattered showers, east-southeast wind around 14 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with isolated showers, east-southeast wind 7 to 13 miles per hour. High 88, low 78, humidity of 75%. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with isolated showers, east wind 8 to 14 miles per hour. High 88, a low 76. The marine forecast, gentle to moderate winds and combined seas of 3 to 5 feet prevail over the Marianas. Southeast wind 10 to 15 knots, wind waves 2 to 3 feet, east swell 3 to 4 feet. The sunrise will be at 5:53 a.m., high tide 6:51 p.m., low tide 11:44 p.m., and the sunset, you can catch that at 6:51 p.m. All right, there you have it. That is your Monday edition of the news, sports, and weather here in the Marianas. We thank you so much for watching the Channel 2 News. We hope you have a good night, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday.